Alrighty guys, as here bringing us another Dragon Ball Legends PvP video. Today we're going to be taking a look at what I believe is possibly the most broken team that Dragon Ball Legends has ever seen. Honestly, I would put this as like one of the greats. I would put it up there as this anniversary really did want to make a splash. I did not think they were going to go as far as to releasing an LF unit that would rival Vegito Blue, and I truly believe this guy has the potential to do that, especially at high stars, and just because of the team that he possesses, right? You can see the team that I do have set up right here. It's going to be the triple Gohan setup, the triple LF Gohan setup, that is. And I'm going to show you why this team is so impressive, especially if you're like a decent player, you know the mechanics of the game, you know, like you have the situational awareness. It's going to be absolutely insane. You can see that my LF Future Gohan is only at 2 stars, my Revival Gohan is only at 3 stars, but I do have the Zenkai 7 LF Gohan, the Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, and I think that's one of the most important parts here. This is going to be a little bit of a different video in which I'm going to be providing commentary, post-commentary that is, right? So that being said, let's go ahead and hop into the first match of the video. Alright, so first match of the video, looks like I'm going against another hybrid team. So he has very similar teams, right? So he has a little bit more stars on his Future Gohan, he has a little bit more stars on his Revival Gohan, and a little bit more stars on his Zenkai Gohan. So let's see what we do here. Alright, let's see. So he starts off with so we both have the same setup essentially, right? It just, the only difference is in stars. That's it. But I'm going to show you guys why the stars don't really matter as long as you're playing it correctly. This Gohan completely can bring anything back for you. And so I go immediately for this blast card. I kind of just assumed that this yellow Gohan was going to go in here. That's why I didn't go to close range and I was just firing off the cards. I assumed that he had a blue card, and that's why you see me walk up to him here. I try to go for the single taps, but it doesn't necessarily work out. I want to go ahead and break some cards of his own. That way he can't just farm up his Rising Rush just immediately, right? I don't know why he swapped into the purple Gohan right here. I guess just to get the main ability off and his green card and stuff like that. So I'm okay with this, right? We do have type advantage and stuff like that. I should have probably ate that tap blast just to go ahead and increase my strength with this Gohan. We're going to go for the sidestep, and we see him. We actually end up catching him in the sidestep right there, right? So that's pretty good. And look at this damage, right? Like, look at that's really damn good. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. And then once again, we're gonna go ahead and we're basically playing Ring Around the Rosie right here, right? But I'm okay with always getting this guy at a type advantage, right? Because if he wants to go ahead and come in on those blast cards, that's okay with me, because this red Gohan, he still is able to go ahead and just do all this stuff, and you see me staying in right here, right? I don't care if he necessarily gets all this damage off. And I think I do break some of his cards here. I'm not sure if I just stay in or what. He does have my blue cards locked. He has my green cards locked. And I opt just to take this ultimate from him, right? I opt to just take this ultimate because it's not really going to hurt me. Like, look at this. And you guys know how much Gohan can heal, right? Like, he heals so damn much. It's absolutely freaky. And so I see he kind of leaning to the side right here, but he ends up going for a charge cancel. But I'm still able to go ahead and get priority right here. We're able to get this off. And I'm 100% certain we can get his first life out of the way. So now we're kind of open to rush. Kind of, a little bit, right? It's harder to rush when there's a revival unit on the field and an endurance unit on the field. But since we got one of those out of the way, which was the revival, it's a little bit more easier to go ahead and rush here. So I want to go ahead and just chill out, right? Oh, I did not expect him to sidestep right there. I honestly thought I was going to catch him. And he goes into the red Gohan. I didn't expect that so early, so I got a little bit caught off guard. I did take a hefty amount of damage for the yellow Gohan, right? And he goes for the ultimate. I don't know why. If you guys are playing this team, I definitely do not advise going for this ultimate so early. I feel like a lot of people kind of just that's almost like a win condition right there, is keeping that ultimate for when he starts getting like the last man standing abilities. We're able to go ahead and make him use his vanish and catch him, and the swap step is what I like to call it, right? When they go ahead and swap and immediately go for that sidestep. We go for this. We again catch. We were a little bit late on that sidestep, but we were still able to go ahead and catch him right here. And this is going to do a lot of damage. Like, look at this Gohan. If we get this first life out of the way, we are now open to rush. And so that's exactly what we do right here. This yellow Gohan can be very, very annoying. So that's why I necessarily do think this is a good choice right here. Even though both of his Super Saiyan 2 Gohans can be incredibly strong, given the right circumstances and stuff like that, right? But we are able to get him out of the way. That's one vanish down for him. We go for the tackle, and then I just want to get his vanish out of the way. He goes for the main ability right here. I'm just praying he doesn't have a green card, so I go for the tap attacks, right? And then I back up right here, and then I go... Oh, I honestly thought I was going to be able to catch him right there. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I thought I was going to be able to catch him. That's why I did click the strike card, but he already queued up the blue card, so it completely threw me off. I didn't even have a chance to go ahead and strike cancel that, right? Go for this. Oh, he goes for the rush right here. We're able to get out of this, and that's pretty much like, I think this is like in my favor, right? I don't think I'm gonna have enough to go ahead and kill in one combo onto his Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, but let's see what happens here. He brings him in. He's gonna have that damage cut, right? He has that pretty substantial damage cut. I think I popped the main ability here just to get as much damage as I possibly can, but this is what I'm talking about. This is what I was referring to earlier, where I think he kind of threw away his win condition by popping the Gohan ultimate a little bit early there, right? Because now he doesn't have that to bank on. Like, it probably could have sniped one of my characters here, and he doesn't have it no longer, right? He's still going to do a good amount of damage, as you can see right here, but I can swap into this Gohan and not worry about his ultimate. I think that's the biggest thing here that you have to keep in mind. And then this guy this purple Gohan can nullify endurance on his blue card, but I don't know if he had the main ability up or yet, or he had already popped it, but he pops my first life right there. I'm going to go ahead and just do this, and then now he's out of the way as well. I do believe this Gohan gets a heal on being completely the last man. Yep, he got a little bit of a heal right there. We're just going to go ahead and get his vanish out of the way. This is 100% okay with me. If he wants to kill right here, that's more than fine. I think what we do here is, because we do get type null. We get type null with this guy, right? So we do a good amount of damage, and we, like I said before, we still have the main ability with our Super Saiyan to go on. So we're going to immediately come in here, pop the main ability, get that heal off, and there's the forfeit right there. This Gohan is definitely the glue of all three of them, but it's just the fact that this LF is like his perfect, like, both of the Gohans completely support this Zenkai Gohan, and that's what's absurd about him. For the next match of the video, going against Big Monkey 96, he's running a complete regeneration team, which is actually pretty good because, as you guys do know, Zenkai Gohan does have a buff against regeneration. So, you know, we keep running the same setup. I don't go on to different variants from this team right here when I'm running hybrids. It's just these three every single time. Alright, so this guy, he starts off with the yellow Piccolo, and I was very surprised to see he brought double Zenkai Piccolos here. And I respect him for that. And, you know, he probably does want to counter out my purple Gohan as much as possible. But you always have to keep in mind is that I have this Gohan as well, right? And even if he wants to go ahead and bring in this blue Android 21 to counter out my Zenkai Gohan, I still have this guy to go ahead and provide that disruption, right? And all these tap attacks are buffing up my team, right? Every single time he attacks me, I'm getting buffs from my team, so I start doing a lot of damage here. He goes into this Piccolo right here, but I have this Gohan available to me. He's going to gain key on entry, and immediately getting this guy to 50% HP is absolutely massive, right? He pops the main ability with Android 21, which is okay with me. I could have went for the blue card right there, but it wouldn't have done that much damage. So I go for this green card right here, and then I go for a tackle. I actually catch him right there, but it wasn't... my instinct with the tackles, I always vanish them. Like, I always want to sidestep off the tackles just in case they predict the tackle and they go for the strike, right? And right here, I do like to prioritize getting the blue cards off with this yellow Gohan, just because of the fact that I do know for certain that his strike cards are locked, right? And so I do get a kill right here, I believe. I believe he just lets this guy die because he's probably in fear of me having a rush. And then I immediately popped his blue card, which is actually stupid in hindsight, because if he had a rush right here, he could have easily just went for a rush or something like that, right? But I don't know if it would have necessarily killed, but he does have death buffs and stuff like that. And so I swap into this purple Gohan, and again, it's another mistake on my part. I should have swapped into this yellow Gohan a little bit earlier, because you do have to keep in mind, once that LR Piccolo dies, he does get card draw, he does get the damage buffs and stuff like that, so I have to be really careful of that. He'd probably try to catch me in a drop combo right there, so he could extend his combo, but I wasn't having any of it. So we're going to get all this damage off, and then I have a rush built up right here. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. It's crazy because this Gohan, he can be so strong with the rush, right? You can get a rush off, you can get a kill, and then, you know, once one of your own dies, you can get another kill with his ultimate ability. And the ultimate ability with the future Gohan is amazing as well. He's able to go ahead and gas me right here, which is not really a big deal to me, but that tap blast was, right? I did not expect him to go immediately for that, but this is why this revival Gohan is absolutely crazy, because even though he guesses my rush, I don't feel punished by it. I truly do not feel punished by it, because once he does have his own rush, I still have 2 units to fall back on, just in case, right? And so that's exactly what happens here, and then I kind of just mellow out right here. I chill out, wait for my opponent to do something, because I know he has his main ability up, right? And one blue card from that Piccolo will definitely kill this guy. So that's exactly what he does. He has the main ability and stuff like that. He pops the green card. I know he has blue cards, and I'm able to catch him right here. So I go like this, and then I get that card just a little bit too late, and instead of actually going for the strike card, it makes me do a single tap. So that another mistake on my part. Like, you can make a lot of mistakes with this team pretty forgivingly. I'm able to catch him right here, though, because I go for slowly for the back float, right? I'm able to go ahead, and this is what I'm talking about. Once again, save this ultimate ability from when, at the very least, when one of your team members dies, right? I mean, unless you can secure a kill, like on a yellow unit, that's the only time that I can see you guys using this a little bit prematurely. But other than that, like, it's just more in your, it's in your best interest to hold off on that ultimate right there, right? Because now I got the blue unit out of the way. He only has this yellow Piccolo, but I already got rid of the, his blue, right? I already got rid of his blue. I don't even have my purple unit available to me, and I was pretty lined up there for an LF finisher. With this Gohan right here, it's just... This team is too oppressive, especially in ranked, and even more so in LBR. You'd be surprised. It's actually pretty nuts. For the next match of the video, going against Gogeta, and he has basically a pretty good Saiyan team, right? He has a lot of stars on his Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. He has Zenkai 7 Super Saiyan 3, Zenkai 7 Gogeta as well. All right, for this one, he ends up starting off with the red. He brings double green, which I'm kind of surprised about that, considering that the purple Gohan is no one to sleep on. Maybe he just saw the fact that I only had a couple stars on my purple Gohan, and so he was just like, I'm just going to bring double green because they both can go type neutral. But I don't think that was the move at all here. And you can see right here, you guys might think that was a stupid mistake on my part to swap into this Gohan and get the ultimate off. Well, or not the ultimate, the blue card. But the reason why, again, why I prioritize the blue cards with the yellow Gohan is because you do lock strike cards with it. And that can be really crippling, especially for him. Gogeta pulls strike cards like crazy. Both of the Gogetas, I would actually say, pull strikes like crazy. And we're going to go right here. We're going to match his blast a little bit and then go for the strike, right? Because if I would have used two blasts right there, he could have just went for the strike and just immediately got a combo off right there. I don't want to give up priority that easily. So I anticipated him going for a strike there as well. I swap into my red Gohan to recover a little bit of ki and get just squeeze out a little bit more damage, right? And then you can see me floating right here. I get the PV. That's usually, as much as broken PV is, like, you definitely do have to go for them, especially when you're running low star teams, right? That'll actually make you a lot better at getting these PVs. And so you can see I'm doing a massive amount of damage. Unfortunately, I do not have enough ki right here. I popped this green card to recover some ki, and I'm able to go ahead and finish off the kill right here. And then I go for this blue card immediately in anticipation of him doing something. Unfortunately, I'm not able to get it off. I might have been able to get a rush off right there, but I didn't want to risk it just in case he swapped into the Super Saiyan 3 and he would have just dodged it, right? And he would have just dodged it. He would have just sidestepped out of it. So we're going to go ahead and let Gohan take all of this damage, even the ultimate. Or actually, okay, so we actually swap into the revival Gohan. Personally, I think maybe the other Gohan would have been the best because this did a lot of damage, right? I don't think this would have done as much damage to the other guy. Alright, so now we're getting all this off. Like, look at the damage against the Zenkai 7 unit, bro. Like, truly, like, that's pretty damn good, right? Like, this is pre-transformed and stuff like that. I'm drawing cards, too. Like, that's pretty damn good. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. And then he goes for this for some reason. Maybe just to steal my blast cards? I'm not sure. Bruh. But obviously, it does come in clutch right here because I have no units to, I can't use those blasts, right? But this guy ends up dying because I just go ahead and rapid fire these blasts off, and then all that is left is the Super Saiyan 3 Goku. I immediately just go for a card right here because I have no other way out. It's either just go for a card, get his vanish out of the way at the very least, because I did not have anyone available to swap into. But now I do. I can go ahead and go into this purple Gohan, pop the green card, and just go for the rush, and that's pretty much it right here. Again, like you can see, I pretty much protect the red Gohan at all costs. Like, he comes in, he does some burst damage and stuff like that, but I mitigate the damage pretty much amongst the purple Gohan and the yellow Gohan, and it works out, like, phenomenally. Like, look at this. It's just absolutely insane how well this team works together. Alright, for the last match of the video, going against a pretty good Saiyan team, right? A Saiyan / hybrids team. It's because he does have a good amount of units. He has the Zenkai 7 Super Saiyan 3. He has the Zenkai 7 Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. He has the Revival Gohan. All that good stuff. Alright, so this guy opts in for running the double Revival Sun family, basically, right? That's what he runs, and it's very, very difficult to go against. I'm not even going to lie to you guys. I would say this team is like on the same level as the team that I'm running right here, right? Because unlike Gohan, I think Gohan overall has a little bit more utility and stuff like that. He can disrupt combos and all that good stuff. He can buff your allies upon getting hit, and he has his ultimate ability, all that good stuff. But the fact that this Goku, his revival can't be nullified, right? Gohan, his endurance can be nullified, but revivals cannot be nullified. So this team, the team that he is running, is basically like an anti-rush team. So he gets priority on me right here. That's going to do a lot of damage. I don't want to take all that, so I'm going to go ahead again. This Gohan has an amazing damage cut, and you know, he drops combo right here. I'm able to get this off. I go for a sidestep in anticipation of getting a perfect vanish, but he goes for tap attacks, which is actually a really good play there. But I have all blast cards in hand, so I want to go ahead and chill out right here. I can't really get too aggressive. Okay, he's going to pop this green card. We're kind of just dancing right here, and I go for the blast in the middle of his sidestep. That's kind of like how I like to time my blast. Like, if they're in the middle of the sidestep, then I'll try to go for a blast card or something like that, right? And then this is how I kind of like to play against these teams, because I'm not new to seeing these teams. I want to go ahead and just get someone's revival factor out of the way as soon as possible, because it's a lot easier to deal with a team that only has like one revival unit, or one unit that has endurance and stuff like that, rather than two. So I'll try my best to just get a rush off as quickly as possible, right? So that's exactly what I do here. Get this revival Goku to his second life. I go for a tackle. It ends up not working out for me. He goes for the blast attack. He kind of predicts me doing something immediately, and that's a lot of damage. And then again, like I'm telling you guys, using this ultimate very early on, I don't think that's the best way to make use out of it, right? Because you can see right here, Gohan just pretty much ate all that, and later on I'm going, and that was a really good reaction. Before, like, that was insanely good. So he immediately taps me, gets my vanish out with my Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, and then goes for the rush. That's actually an amazing play right there that he made. Thankfully, I was quick enough to go ahead and just swap into my purple Gohan. And you can see it just happened so quickly that I wasn't even able to vanish out of it with the purple Gohan. So now we are both down a revival, right? One of our revivals. He's down his Clap Crew revival, and I'm down my purple Gohan revival. So this is the next play I make right here. I'm going to go for a tackle because I see I have a green card. If he wants to swap in and sidestep, this is what happens, right? I'm able to go ahead and catch him right here. And now I feel like I have a little bit of the advantage because I'm going to be able to get this revival out of the way. So now he has 0 revivals, and he does not have his ultimate ability with the Zenkai Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. So I feel like I'm in a pretty good spot right here, even considering the fact that he does have new main abilities with his revival units, right? I think he still has to use his, so we're able to do this, and we catch him right here. And I think he goes into the blue, or he has the red up, actually, is what I should say. So I swap into my own red Gohan as well, get all this damage off. It's pretty good, right? Any damage at this point on this Gohan is pretty good because now I know he's not going to be able to heal from his main ability, potentially just healing him up all the way to full HP, right? He immediately goes on the aggressive right here, okay? And then I go and get the perfect vanish again. And so we're going to be able to get, I think I can just kill someone here. Like, truth be told, I'm pretty sure I just killed someone right here. I could have stayed with the other Gohan, but this is where I make the worst mistake of the game. We have card draw speed with this Gohan, so I automatically assumed that I was going to get another card, and although I did get another card, it was a green card, and it really screwed me over. I should have just went for the ultimate ability right there and got someone out of the way, and that's where things start going a little bit downhill for me. So he gets this, he gets my first life out of the way, so now I have to play really careful. Thankfully, once again, we get the perfect vanish, like the gods are just blessing us in this game right here. We get the blue Goku out of the way, so now my red Gohan is completely safe. And again, like I said before, this guy, he doesn't have his ultimate ability, so I'm not too scared of him. We get all this, and he opts to go ahead and give up this guy right here. So this is 100% okay with me once again. And then I think I just immediately click this blue card. So he goes for a green. He sees that I'm doing something. We're both doing something right here. And then we go for a super clash. And then I just try to win this 985 to 955, but it's still not enough to kill, I do believe. Yeah, so he lives with just a smidge of health, and because I see he's so low in health, I'm just like, I just want to take his vanish out of the way. So I pop the main ability, I go for the blue card. He has no blue card in his hand, I know that for sure. And if he wants another, like he does, he goes for another rush right here. This is his second rush, and I'm 100% okay with this because I still have the main ability with Gohan. This might seem like a good thing to you, but gassing him was actually bad. Gassing him right there was actually bad for me because you can see right here, he did get his vanish back, and I did not want him to get his vanish back. I wanted to let the purple Gohan die, and imagine if he had his ultimate ability right here. that would have been it for me. He goes for the drop combo right here. Thankfully, I'm just like, I'm going to pop my main ability. I'm going to pop this green card. I'm going to go ahead and get out of this, and then I can pop the LF of my own. That was a pretty intense match, right? That was a pretty intense match, and you see how long these matches go on for? Like, they're almost guaranteed to be 2 rush matches. Almost, right? It's pretty insane. I wasn't able to get my second rush right there, but it's still pretty insane for the most part. Alright guys, so that's going to go ahead and wrap up the video. At the end of this, this was from the last season, by the way. I was at about rank 1,602. The matches with this team always go pretty smoothly, right? Like you can see right here, those last 4 wins are all consistently in a row against high, like these teams were like Zenkai teams too, right? Like they weren't just your run-of-the-mill teams and stuff like that. And these were talented players too. They weren't just like, we weren't low ranking or anything like that, right? This team is just absolutely cracked out of its mind, bro. I promise you guys, if you guys use this team, you guys are going to have, like, I don't think you guys are going to have a lot of difficulty, even at low stars. As long as you pretty much have all 3 of them, they just bounce off each other just so beautifully that it's just absolutely absurd. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think this is the strongest team in the game, or do you think that title belongs to someone else? That being said, if you guys enjoy the content, definitely let me know by leaving a like, a comment, and maybe even consider hitting that subscribe button. I'll see you guys in the next one. Later!